Hello, my name is Aisha, and welcome to this masterclass from Farms to You on how you can get capital for your agri venture. Uh, I'll just give a couple of minutes to wait for a few people to join, and then I'll carry on with the conversation. So it looks like we have two people joining that have joined in. Welcome. And I'll just kick off the conversation. If you can introduce yourself in the comment section, that will be great. So this masterclass session is essentially just to introduce you to the concept of capital and how you can increase your chances of getting capital to fund your agri venture. You might be an existing farmer who wants to expand current operations, or you might just be an aspiring farmer who's actually trying to get into farming to start with, and you don't have the capital to achieve this. Now, when we talk about capital, it's just we mean funding. So this could be in the form of a loan from a bank, a corporate bank like Zenith or GT, or a microfinance bank. Uh, that's the sort of capital we're talking about here. Now, when we speak to a lot of farmers in our community, access to capital is one of the key reasons as to why they state they struggle to have an effective and a profitable farming process. Now, on speaking with microfinance banks and corporate banks, and farmers are one of the riskiest people to offer. In fact, we've spoken to some that say that the default risk is as high as 90%. So that means a microfinance bank will provide loans to about 10 farmers and only one out of 10 would pay back. If I were a microfinance bank, and I'm sure if you were a microfinance bank too, you'll be very unlikely to want to keep providing loans to farmers. Now, that's the reality of the situation in the sense of the risk associated with capital being offered to farmers. Now, how can we get over that hump? How can we manage the risk perception from microfinance banks and farmers? So, first of all, understanding why farmers default on loans. While there's an element of fraud and lack of transparency where a farmer would pose to get, there are a significant percentage of farmers that it's not as a result of wanting to defraud the person that is giving them the capital. It's just because he or she doesn't actually know how best to use that capital. So, for instance, the farmer is thinking, okay, I have received this loan. Okay, I have to think about my land preparation. Where do I get my tractor from? I need to buy inputs. I need to, do some sowing and spacing on the field as I'm growing. There's so many decision points that the farmer has to make, and if these decision points are not made optimally, it's very easy to run out of cash very quickly. And that's where FarmStue comes in the sense where FarmStue structures, for instance, we do a lot of market research. So, for instance, how much does it cost for you to prepare your land? There's a lot of land manual labor involved in preparing your land, but you can also use mechanization. You don't own a tractor. Okay, that's fine. There are services like Hello Tractor where you can rent a tractor for a day or for even longer, and you could use it across your farming community where it's not just you that is paying for that tractor service as an individual farmer, but maybe you're sharing the cost amongst maybe 10 or even 50 farmers, depending on what's the size of the individual farmer's land. And that brings the cost of the tractor hiring service, and you're able to till your land, plow your land faster than if you were going to do it manually. So these are the ways where farms switch introduces efficiency into how the farmers' operations are managed using our digital platform and through partnerships with service providers in the agricultural value chain. So, for instance, Hello Tractor is a tractor hiring service that really makes it easy for a smallholder farmer to actually get access to a tractor that could be used for farming operations. So instead of you actually incurring that huge capital of owning a tractor, maintaining that tractor, fueling it, all of that operates, and all the farmer is concerned with is paying a fee actually access that tractor. And all these details are provided in the farms to you platform. For the microfinance bank's point of view, as I mentioned, farmers are one of the riskiest people to offer loans to. So, as a microfinance bank, of course, you're taking a huge risk by even giving the farmer a loan to start with. What if the farmer starts farming and doesn't harvest at the end of the day? The bank loses money, and nobody wants to lose money. So, as a farmer, you also have to think about it from the microfinance bank's perspective. So, one thing that we do to manage that risk is we provide transparency for the microfinance bank to actually see what the farmers individual activities are. So through our platform, if you sign on up to the platform, you can actually have a look as to how we do this. uh, there is a farming plan detailing all the individual steps that a farmer has to take depending on the produce that is being grown. So, for instance, you're growing maize, you first of all have to prepare your land, you have to get your maize seedlings. Where are you buying those seedlings from? Are you buying them from counterfeit seedling providers, or are you buying them from verified seedling providers, like, for instance, East West Seeds or IITA, where we know that we have done our due diligence on those sort of service providers, and the chances of the seedlings that have been bought being fake is very low. So that's where, for the microfinance banks as perspective, or maybe it's a corporate bank, they have oversight of what the farmers operations are, and they're able to see that, okay, this farmer is low risk because he or she has gotten their seedlings from a verified source. He or she actually has a guaranteed buyer at the end of the process. And equally, for the farmer's point of view, the farmer has the tools to actually say that, okay, this is how I prepare my land, this is what I need to do at the right time so that I make sure my operations are optimal. So Farms Due essentially is bridging the gap for the farmer as well as the microfinance bank to make the capital process a lot more seamless. Now, how can you take advantage of this to get capital? So on the FarmStreet platform, we've made it on the FarmStreet farming management platform, we've made it very easy for you to actually sign up and complete an initial credit check, where we essentially we request for the farmers to enter in their existing account number and their BVN. And we're able to perform a credit check within the regulatory standards and data management standards, and essentially create a lead. So now, for instance, using your BVN, we can flag up if you're someone that owing a lot of money. And if you're owing a lot of money, why are you taking a loan? You need to pay back your old debt before incurring new debt. So in the instance that you qualify as a low risk farmer, then it's up to the microfinance banks to actually say that, okay, I see that this person meets our minimum risk criteria, and we're happy to give that person a loan. So that's a way through which you can access capital in a very straightforward way. You can also engage with any member of the team. We're much available via social media, through our FarmSteve community, or through our email or our website if you want to get more information on how to improve your chances. I've had a lot of conversations with people where they want capital, they just want a loan. It's not just about wanting a loan. If you were going to give somebody a loan, what kind of questions would you ask that person? You ask that person, first of all, what's their history? Are they owing anybody else money? If they're owing anybody else money, you probably wouldn't want to give them a loan. So you have to think about that from your perspective. If you want a loan, do you actually want that loan for genuine reasons to actually fund your farming operations? Secondly, how do you guarantee that loan? Do you own the land on which you're farming? Do you have a C of O? Is there a way that the bank you present a case to the bank that I need a loan, and the bank knows that, okay, if this person doesn't pay a loan, there's collateral, we can recover our money. Also, what's your experience as a farmer? Have you actually farmed for a short period of time, or you're a long-standing experienced farmer? Of course, the more experienced you are, the better your chances. But that's not to say that as a new farmer you can't explore the opportunity of getting capital. But all these metrics are ways through which loan provider would look at you and say that, okay, this person has the capacity to, first of all, pay back this loan because he or she has the skills to have a successful farming operation. If you're growing your, if you're going into your maize farming, for instance, and your yield is so much lower than the average yield, that's in decreasing the chances of the microfinance bank getting back their loan. So it's about, how do you show that you can efficiently farm, you can sell your produce at the end of the day, and you can repay that loan. That is how you get capital to fund your agri venture, by showing that you have the capacity, you have the skills to actually pay back that loan. And FarmStream provides a lot of support for that. So I'm not sure if there are any questions at this point. I've been talking for almost close to 10 minutes. And I hope that that gives a good idea of how to fund your agri venture. I'm just going to type in the chat box our website, which where you can sign up and actually have access to all the information I mentioned. So, for instance, how do you, as a farmer, have the tools to make sure you have an efficient farming process where whoever is providing the loan knows that, okay, at the end of the process, this person that we're given a loan is going to be able to pay back. So, I think that's it from me, and I hope you have a good understanding of how to fund your agric venture. You can visit our website at farms2you.com, and you can also visit our farming management platform, which I mentioned at the link I just shared online. So thank you very much for joining us today. And if you have any questions, please reach out and we'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.